We're back with another episode of the Bald Brad Show where we're talking about how delusional Joe Biden is. Because today, he told reporters that there is no crisis happening at our southern border, even as illegal crossings surge to record highs. This dude is so far gone, it is head spinning. He has broken record after record. No sitting president since the inception of this country has ever seen these types of numbers. I mean, hell, he just broke his previous monthly record for the month of December, which is supposed to have the lowest numbers. The dude shattered all previous records in that month. You have 10 million people pouring across this border, being given court dates 7 years into the future. They're also getting court dates that say to be determined, meaning, hell, we don't know. And 85% or more are being let loose into the interior of the country, and you're going to tell me this is not a crisis? You're insane. This isn't working. But according to Karine Jean-Pierre, folks, it's just all ebbs and flows, if you recall. This is normal migration, according to her. Here's her saying as much.
Thank you, Karine. A couple weeks ago, you had said what we're seeing at the border isn't unusual, but in the month of December, there were more than 302,000 migrant encounters, the highest total for a single month ever reported. So does the administration concede that what we're seeing now is unusual?
What I said was, to be exact, is that what we're seeing at the U.S. is ebbs and flows in how many migrants arrive at the border. It's something that happens every year. It ebbs and flows. And it's fueled by efforts of smugglers to encourage irregular migration. And I will
It's just all ebbs and flows, and she goes on blaming Republicans for all this stuff. Folks, it's not ebbs and flows. You are shattering records. You're as delusional as this guy is, Karine. Which maybe makes sense on why you were hired, because he's looking for somebody that's quite possibly more delusional than he is to make it seem like he's not as delusional. But this dude really believes that there's no crisis at the southern border. This is the same guy that went to El Paso for like 3 hours and never saw an illegal immigrant, even though there was thousands of them in the street 24 hours before. And Karine Jean-Pierre is going to tell us, well, it was just happenstance. It was a coincidence that all of them disappeared, every single one, thousands of them, 24 hours before that knucklehead shows up. So as he was leaving Camp David, Biden was asked by a Fox News reporter whether he considered there to be a crisis at the southern border. Biden responded by saying that there was no crisis at the border and shifted blame for the situation to Republicans, which is the same thing that his mouthpiece does, Karine Jean-Pierre. It's all Republicans' fault. He goes on to say this, folks. No, he said, I've been pushing them, my Republican colleagues, since they got in office. I think we have to make major changes to the border. Why would you have to make changes to the border if there's no crisis? Oh, because they call it a situation, you guys. When 10 million people invade your country, the ones you know about, by the way, that's the 10 million. It's more than that. It's just a situation. But when you have 120,000 troops invade Ukraine, that's an invasion. Okay, it all makes sense to me now. This is insane, you guys. And we're supposed to pretend like he's not off his rocker. We're supposed to pretend that that dude has his stuff together. Which is why you had John Kirby echoing as much during the White House press briefing when he was asked the same question of, hey, if you're so willing to hide Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin's medical condition from the American people, what's stopping us from really believing you that you wouldn't be hiding the medical condition of the President of the United States regarding his cognitive abilities from the rest of us? Let's roll it.
But if the administration is going to go to such great lengths to keep secrets about the Defense Secretary's health, how can anybody be certain that the administration would not go to the same lengths to keep secret problems with President Biden's health in the future?
If you could logically argue, and you can't, but if you could logically argue that
He's 81 years old.
Wait a second. Just give me a second here, bub. I'll get there. If the administration made some sort of Machiavellian effort across the board to keep this from getting public, then I think your question has merit and certainly is a fair one. I don't think it's a fair one because that's not what happened here.
But
Peter.
like I said, that is what happened. That is what is happening. I've never seen a cognitive test from this guy. I mean, you guys, we have trouble getting answers from the White House when this guy's physical is. This guy falls up a flight of stairs multiple times. He's looking for dead people into the crowd, asking, hey, where are they at? He doesn't know his name. He doesn't know his wife's name at time. Hell, he doesn't even know his vice president is. It's insane what's happening. And we can't build a logical argument around This guy's brain not working, even though we're looking at this right here where he thinks there's not a problem happening. There's not a crisis. It's such gaslighting. It is wild. We all know this guy's head's not on straight. Hell, his wife knows as well, which is why she's having to chauffeur him around, getting him off stage and all that other stuff. So check this out. Republicans ripped into Biden over his comments, and rightfully so. Pinning the blame on the Biden administration's policies. Yes. Biden, the architect of the open border crisis, is also delusional. If he believes Republicans have not been willing to secure it, Ron Johnson said, the truth is that he is the most dishonest, the most corrupt, and incompetent president in American history. Absolutely right. All the while, they will sit there on the podium and say it's Republicans' fault. Republicans are stopping us from actually solving the issue, while they are suing Republicans like Texas and Arizona for trying to protect the borders, the razor wire, the buoys, putting the National Guard out there. I mean, you name it. They're doing anything and everything they can to stop Republicans from securing the border. They even have federal agents out there telling state officials, police, what to do. But you know what? He's going to sit there and lie to you. He's going to sit there and lie to himself, because I don't even know if he's really lying to himself. He don't know what the hell's going on. Since President Biden took office, over 6.7 million, you guys, 6.7 million. It's only been 3 years. Illegal aliens have crossed our southern border. This is a crisis at our southern border, and it's all at the hands of the White House and the Democrat Party, because they love this stuff, folks. They love the people pouring across the border. Why? Because it's all going to be Democrat votes. Even as our cities are crumbling, even as you have record illegal immigration, even as our foreign policy is going down the drain, you have people wanting 4 more years of this guy. Don't take it from me. Take it from the Democrats. Here we go. He doesn't even know what's going on. Does that look like a face? He's confused. Why would you want 4 more years of me? I don't even know what's happening right now. He don't even know where he's at. I mean, it was a shock that the press report here actually said that he was even asking him a question while he was leaving Camp David, because I don't even think Biden knew he was at Camp David. Biden doesn't know anything. This is a guy that went to El Paso and never saw an illegal immigrant. Again, it floors me. And then Karine Jean-Pierre again steps on the podium and tells you, oh, it was a coincidence that everybody just dispersed, 1,000 more people. But you guys can't build a logical case, according to John Kirby, on that podium as to the president having some sort of mental health issue. There's no logical case. You can't do it. It's not reasonable. But this is stuff coming from our White House. And like I said, folks, they're going to show up in the millions to vote for this knucklehead. They're going to show up in the millions. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Saturday episode, folks. I wanted to bring something to light, and that is the delusional president that's sitting in the White House, the puppet that's being controlled by somebody. The deep state, the Clintons, the Obamas, heck, I don't know. But leave us a comment down below on who you think is controlling this delusional guy, because it sure in hell ain't himself. But again, we love to hear from you. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Share this link with your friends and family all over social media. And folks, I'll see you tomorrow here on The Ball Brad Show.